Hi YouTube, my name is Aubrey. I am pre-op weight loss surgery. I am pursuing the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about why I chose weight loss surgery and why I chose specifically the vertical sleeve. I am currently 268 pounds. I fluctuate between 268 270. I chose weight loss surgery because I have been overweight, obese actually, my entire adult life. I've tried every weight loss program there pretty much is out there, it feels like. I did a LA Fitness, I think it's called. I've joined gyms. I did Weight Watchers. I did MetaFast. I've done the Dr. Phil diet, the Atkins diet, South Beach diet. I have tried the cabbage soup diet even. You just name one and I've tried it. And not only that, but like I did mention, I have joined gyms, I have exercised, I have walked, I have jogged, I have done swim classes. And no matter what I do, I just seem to hover right around that, somewhere between 250 and 270, usually the 260s. And I decided after having some major health issues come up in my life and having it start to really affect my daily life, that and being 35 years old, this is something that I wanted to conquer, and I wanted to use every tool available to me at this point. I don't really think that if I were to lose a large amount of weight, like I need to, I have about, I haven't even done the math, 125 pounds to lose or something like that. If I were able to make a major dent in that, I don't really think I could keep it off. It's not really something I've been able to do in my entire adult life, and I just decided I wanted to get real and use every tool that I had to my advantage. The reason why I decided that it was worth the risk, I have some notes here, so if you see me looking away from the screen, I'm probably checking my notes. I'm going to kind of spit some statistics at you. I know it can be boring for some people, and I know you can do your own research. If you don't believe my numbers, then you can just research it for yourself. But this is what I found online. I found that my risk of developing type 2 diabetes is 93 times higher with a BMI over 35. My BMI is in the 43 to 44 range. My risk of premature mortality, my risk of premature death by coronary artery disease or heart disease is 81% higher than that of a person of a normal weight. My risk of stroke, death by stroke actually, not just stroke, but is 64% higher than someone of a normal weight. If I'm simply overweight as opposed to obese, my risk would be 22% higher. So 22%, 64%. Cardiovascular disease, 53% higher risk of premature death by cardiovascular disease. I have a 55% higher risk of suffering from depression, and I have dealt with that a lot. It's kind of like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Am I depressed because I'm overweight, or am I overweight because I'm depressed? I don't really know, but at this point, I'm just going to do something about it. I'm not going to sit around and ponder why. 25% of ovulatory issues are related to obesity, and I am at 50%. I have a 50% higher risk of suffering from asthma. 50 to 75% of sleep apnea patients, that's me, are obese. And you have a 42% higher chance of death by Alzheimer's if you are obese like I am. And a third of all joint replacements are performed on obese patients. That being said, the risk of weight loss surgery, because everybody always, that's their first thing that they want to say if they haven't really looked into it heavily, is, oh my gosh, that surgery is so dangerous. And the facts just don't support that point of view. Let's see, what did I write down here? Okay, so there's, with all weight loss surgery, there is a 0.1%, 0.1, a tenth of 1% risk of death due to the surgery alone. There's a 4% complication rate, and that's for all weight loss surgery. I personally have chosen, like I said, the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and the complication and death rates are actually even lower on that surgery. The 30-day risk, the risk of serious complication within 30 days of VSG surgery is under 1%, and the mortality rate is 0.08%, 0.08. So I'm pretty much guaranteed to die an early death continuing on the path that I'm on. But if I do this weight loss surgery, I'm giving myself the very best chance that I have to see my kids graduate from high school, to see them get married, to see my grandkids, to be with my husband, living a long and happy life with him. And so to me, it's worth the risk. It's a no-brainer for me, honestly. Also, I wanted to explain a little bit of how I got to this place, why I decided once and for all to get weight loss surgery. I had what I would call an event. My husband and family and I were going to go on a short hike, and he convinced me to go. I really don't like hiking, but I go because it's free. My kids like it. My husband likes it, and so it's quality time, even though I really don't like it. So he convinced me to go, and it was about a half-a-mile hike down to the falls where we were going. And when we got there and started down, I thought, half a mile, no problem, I can do that. It was very, very steep getting down there, and slippery, and sharp edges down the cliff, and it was scary. So I'm going down that trail going, how am I going to get back up here? How am I going to climb back up this hill? I didn't know what I was going to do, but I just kept going. So it came time to go home. We had a great time. Went up the hill, and I just thought, you know, if those people on The Biggest Loser at 300 whatever or 400 whatever pounds can do what they're made to do on the first day, I can push through this too. So I just pushed through it, one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. And I wanted to stop, but I didn't. And so I just kept going. Well, I got to the top of the hill, and I had to sit down. And it wasn't just, oh, I would really like to sit down right now. It was like, I'm sitting in the dirt if I have to, but I need to find somewhere to sit down. So I sat down on a big rock and just took a lot of deep breaths, and the world started to close. It was getting darker and darker, and I almost passed out. So after almost passing out, and like literally almost passing out, and trying to catch my breath, you know, Isaiah's going, are you okay? Is there anything I can do to help? And I'm just sitting there, can't breathe, can't talk, can't anything. And I just, you know, there's other people walking by on the trail, and I was so embarrassed. I was just really embarrassed. I was trying to push through it, trying to just go through, but I was feeling horrible physiologically, and I was feeling horrible mentally. I was feeling embarrassed that I let myself get to this point. And so I just I tried to catch my breath. It took me a good 15 minutes to catch my breath. In the meantime, we walked back to the car. I stayed back behind the kids. I don't even know if they know anything about what was going on. They were just kind of off in their own world. But and I just bawled all the way home. I felt like, how did I let myself get to this place? You know, it's one thing when you're overweight and you're, you know, you don't like the way your clothes look, or you wish you had a little bit more energy, and you kind of, you know, have your wish list of things you would do if you were thin, all of that. But when you can't breathe, you know, I could have quit. I could have not gone down that hill, but then what? You know, I would have ruined my family's time, and I'd have been like, oh, I'm gonna wait in the car or whatever. That wouldn't have worked. You know, we all would have turned back around and gone home, and I didn't want to do that to my boys. And so yeah, that happened. It was awesome. That was my turning point personally. I know all the statistics I quoted earlier, kind of clinical and boring probably to a lot of people, but that's my personal story. That was the moment that it was like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I'm tired of not living my life, because that particular episode led me to not very long afterwards just saying, no, I don't want to go hiking. No, I don't want to go toss the football around or whatever, because I've gotten to a point where I'm scared. I'm scared of what's going to happen with my health. I'm scared of what I'm going to do to myself. I'm scared of being embarrassed out in public, and not what I want for myself. So anyway, that's my story. I have more stories to go along with that one, which I'll share with you over time, but that's my motivation. That's why I have to beat this. I have to make a change. I have to be willing to do what it takes. I know that it's not going to be easy. I think a lot of people have the impression that weight loss surgery is easy. You just go in, you have surgery, you go home, and all of a sudden you're skinny, and it only takes a couple months and all that. But that's not the way it is. Am I gonna continue eating junk and high fat foods and all that? If I do that, I'm gonna keep the weight on, and I'm gonna gain it all back, and you know, it's all gonna be for nothing. But if I fill my body and I use fill my body with proteins and healthy foods, and I use food as fuel rather than comfort, then I'm gonna see the results I want. So anyway, thanks for following along with me. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Bye-bye.